Welcome to Tony Sleep Story, your cozy corner for soothing bedtime stories designed especially for adults. Whether you're winding down after a long day or simply need a gentle escape, let these calm tales ease you into a peaceful night. If you enjoy these stories, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of calm. Sweet dreams. Tonight, we return to a timeless fairy tale. Let's begin with Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. Once upon a time, a young man's father died. Aladdin, as that was the young man's name, took his father's place in running the family store with his mother. One day, a stranger walked into the store. "I am your uncle," said the stranger to Aladdin. "I have come to see you." "My father never spoke of a brother," said Aladdin. Aladdin's mother turned around. "My husband had no brother," said she to the stranger, narrowing her eyes. I assure you it is true," said the stranger. "Years ago, your husband and I agreed that if something should happen to him, since I have been very fortunate in my life, I would help to bring the same good fortune to your family." The mother was interested. "What do you have in mind?" she said. "I know of a secret place that holds many riches," said the stranger. "I will take your son there. With the wealth he will find, you and he will be set for life." And so the mother agreed. The old man and the boy traveled for days throughout the desert. At last, they came to a cave. "You should know that I learned a bit of magic in my life," said the old man to Aladdin. "Do not be surprised by anything you might see." They stepped inside the cave, and it was pitch black. The old man shook open his fist. A ball of light suddenly appeared, brightening the cave. Under the light, with one long finger, the uncle drew on the ground the shape of a circle. He pulled from his pocket some red dust and threw it over the circle. He recited magic words, and the earth trembled. The circle on the cave floor cracked wide open, and up through the cracks rose a giant white quartz crystal. It hovered in the air. "Do not be alarmed," said the magician. "What we want is under this crystal." He chanted a few more magic words, and the giant crystal moved to the side and landed. Aladdin peered into the hole in the circle. The first few steps led into a deep abyss. "Fear nothing," said the magician to Aladdin. "You must go down these steps. At the bottom of the steps, you will see a long hallway. Follow the hallway to a garden of fruit trees. Touch nothing. Go on, and you will see a large flat stone. Atop of the stone is an oil lamp that is lit. Pour out the oil and bring the lamp to me. Now go." "Pour out the oil and bring the lamp to me. Now go." Aladdin stepped with care down the stairs. Just as the old man had said, at the foot was a long hallway that led to a garden of fruit trees. The trees were marvelous to behold, with fruit that sparkled and shone. He could not help but reach out and touch just one. Though too late, he remembered what his uncle had said, but nothing terrible happened, though he figured he might as well put the fine jewel fruit in his vest pocket. The next thing he knew, he was plucking one more and then yet another jewel fruit until his pockets were filled. Aladdin came to a large flat stone, and on it was an oil lamp, lit just as the old man had said. He poured out the oil and took the empty lamp back to the opening of the cave. Aladdin called out, "Here I am, Uncle." The magician called out in a great hurry, "Give me the lamp, quickly, just as soon as I'm up," said Aladdin, wondering why the magician seemed in such a hurry. "Hand over that lamp now," cried the old man, reaching down his hand. For you see, the only way the lamp could come out of the cave was as a gift from one person to another. The magician knew this. That is why he wanted to get the lamp from the boy as soon as he could. Then he would kill the boy. Aladdin felt a chill in the air. Something was wrong. Somehow he knew he must not give up that lamp. "Let me up first," said Aladdin. "Then will I give you the lamp." Aladdin felt a chill in the air. Something was wrong. The magician was furious. He fell into a rage and barked out magical words. The giant white quartz crystal rose up, hovered over the hole, and landed. It was dark. Aladdin was trapped for 2 days. Aladdin despaired. Why didn't I just hand over this old lamp? Who cares about it anyway? Whatever might have come of it, it couldn't have been worse than this. What was I thinking? Rubbing the lamp, he moaned. Oh, I wish I could get out of here. At once, a huge genie rose up into the air. "Master," boomed the genie, "is this your first wish to get out of this cave? 3 wishes are yours to command." Aladdin's mouth fell open, amazed. He mumbled, "Yes, of course," as more than anything, he wanted to get out of the cave and go home. The very next moment, Aladdin was outside his home, still holding the lamp and with all the jewel fruits still in his pockets. His mother could not believe what her son told her. "You tell me that's a magic lamp?" She laughed. "That old thing?" She took the lamp, grabbed a rag, and started to clean it. If there were really a genie in this old lamp, I would say to it, "Genie, make a feast for my son and me, and serve it on plates of gold. You can imagine the mother's surprise, for the genie rose up out of the lamp and said in a booming voice, "Master, your wish is my command. At once, a feast fit for a king weighed down her kitchen table on plates of glimmering gold. Mother and son enjoyed this feast like no other. The mother washed and sold the gold plates and bought necessary things to live. From then on, Aladdin and his mother lived well. One day, Aladdin thought to himself, "Why think small? With all the jewel fruits I have, I could marry the princess herself and become the prince of this land." His mother laughed. "You can't just go to a palace with some fine gifts and expect to marry a princess." But Aladdin wrapped some of the jewel fruits in silk cloth and went off to the palace anyway. The guards stopped Aladdin. He insisted he had something very valuable for the Sultan, and so they let him in. The guards stopped Aladdin. Said the Sultan, "What have you brought me that you say is so valuable?" Aladdin showed the Sultan the jewel fruits. The Sultan was impressed. "If you are as worthy of my daughter as you say, you must bring me 40 golden trays of the same gems, carried in by servants." Aladdin went home and told his mother of the Sultan's demand. "It's no problem," said she. "I still have 2 more wishes. I will call for the genie." So she rubbed the lamp and made her second wish. Before long, Aladdin was again at the steps of the Sultan's palace, this time with 40 golden trays of the jewel fruits, carried in by as many servants. The Sultan was pleased. "But you cannot think this is enough to win the hand of my daughter," he said. "To truly win my favor, you must build a golden palace for my daughter and you to live." Aladdin brought back this news too to his mother. So for her third wish, the mother asked the genie to create a golden palace. The next morning, right outside the Sultan's bedroom, appeared a huge golden palace, gleaming in the sun. Meanwhile, back at Aladdin's home, his mother said, "It is time for you to go, my son, to meet your princess." Her wishes spent, she gave him the lamp. The next morning, the Sultan called for his daughter. "Look at this palace," he said, pointing out the window. "This is the husband for you because of this palace," said his daughter. "Have you even met this man?" "Why bother?" said the Sultan. "He can make a golden palace appear overnight. He's even more powerful than my royal advisor, the vizier." "Why bother?" said the Sultan. "He can make a golden palace appear overnight. Why is being powerful all that matters?" said the princess. "Yesterday, your vizier was most powerful man in the kingdom, and I was to marry him. Today, this stranger is the most powerful man, and I'm to marry him. Why do you think it matters to me who is most powerful? I am your father, the Sultan of this land, he roared. I say you will marry him. The princess threw up her arms in despair. It's no use. In her dressing room, the princess groaned. To Nadia, her lady in waiting, she said, my father is determined to marry me off, no matter what. To one powerful man or another, he hardly cares who he is. But madam, said Nadia, isn't this wonderful new stranger an excellent match? The princess looked at her lady in waiting. You don't know how lucky you are, she said. I would rather live your life than be handed off in this way, and I would rather live yours, said Nadia. The two of them stared at each other for a couple of moments. They were about the same height and had about the same color hair, with all the scarves that maidens like them wore. Let's do it, they said together.